Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the South Carolina National Guard Land and Air Show. We welcome you. The strength of our nation is the will of the American people. And the strength of our military is the connection with our military. So we are welcoming you here today to see a sampling of our great military, both active, reserve, and National Guard. Many of the National Guard units that you are visiting with today have either just returned from combat or have gone into combat or going into combat. The helicopters you see on the ramp will be going into combat this fall. Many of our Black Hawks have just returned from combat. The tanks and Bradleys that you see today are the latest tanks and Bradleys that are made for the U.S. military, the strongest tanks, the strongest infantry fighting vehicles in the world. That is what our military is all about, but it is your military, and we want you to see that military. So thank you for attending today. The sound of freedom right there taking off. I want to thank the Black Daggers, our U.S. Special Forces community, for bringing our colors to us today. Let's give them a round of applause. The Black Daggers, parachute team. Let's also thank the 169 Fighter Wing, the Swamp Foxes, our very own, for doing the Missing Man formation. Give them a round of applause. Now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I want to introduce our Commander-in-Chief, the Governor of the great state of South Carolina, the Honorable Henry McMaster. Governor.
Thank you, General. I'll be very brief. That is the sound of freedom, and ever since I was a little boy watching these planes, it'll almost make you cry when you understand the significance of what's going on that we're seeing right now in that airplane. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the sight and sound of strength and power. That's American strength and power, American ingenuity, American determination, without which the world would be in flames as we speak. I want to thank all the families that have supported the National Guard and our other military services over the years. We would not be what we are without you. And I also want to thank those veterans, particularly those as I was coming up at the Vietnam War, had a rough time of it. I remember that was the first time we ever had war brought right home in our living rooms. We could watch it right there. But it is this military strength and power that have made us the greatest nation on the world, and without which the world would fall apart. So I want to thank all of you very much for your sacrifice. Thank you for your commitment to duty, honor, and country, and remind you that we are now standing and sitting in the best place on the face of the earth, that is South Carolina. We must always be proud of what our South Carolinians have done since the beginning of the colonies. Without us, the United States would not be what it is today. And I'd also remind and urge those in uniform to remember the children are always watching you. Whether you know it or not, they're looking for leadership and they're watching you, and I know you'll provide it.